Okay. So traditional cost management, in that what they do is you have actual results, they compare it with expectations, and they analyze the difference. This entire thing is also known as variance analysis. Then you have the limitations of traditional cost management. The first is that it's based on internal focus, that is, it ignores competition, market growth, or customer requirement. There is excessive focus on cost reduction. It ignores the dynamics of marketing and economics. It has limited focus, that is, on review and improvisation. It is a reactive approach, and it has a short-term outlook. Next, we come to, because of all those limitations, we have strategic cost management, which basically is getting a sustainable competitive advantage. And sustainable competitive advantage includes product differentiation and cost leadership. And also, strategic cost management means managerial use of cost information directed at the 4 stages of strategic management. And what are the 4 stages of strategic management? You have formulation, you have communication, you have implementation, and you have control. Next, we have what is the necessity of strategic cost management? One is this formal strengthening of strategic position. Second, you have alternate measures to get sustainable competitive advantage. There is a clear understanding of company's cost structure. The next, as we did before, managerial use of cost information to at the 4 stages of strategic management, that is formulation, communication, implementation, and control. And the next one is it recognizes the cost relationship among activities. Then you have the difference between traditional and strategic cost management. One is time span. So traditional cost management, it's short term, this is long term. It has internal focus, it has both internal and external focus. This is volume based. This is based on the activities associated with manufacturing. And the main activities are scorekeeping, attention directing, and problem solving. Here there's more focus on cost leadership and product differentiation. This focuses on cost reduction, this focuses on cost containment. Traditional costing is risk averse, and strategic cost management, there's more risk taking, and it adapts to the changing environment. Okay, then we have the components of strategic cost management. You have strategic position analysis, you have cost driver analysis, and then you have value chain analysis. These are the components of strategic cost management. Now, strategic position analysis basically means you evaluate the relative position of the company within the industry. Now, the factors which affect the strategic position of a company are: number 1, organizational values, culture, and system. The next one is external environment. Now, the external environment, you evaluate it using pestle analysis or Porter's 5 forces analysis. Then you have the internal environment. The internal environment basically means the resources and the competencies of the organization. The second one, the second component of strategic cost management is cost driver analysis. This consists of structural cost drivers and executional cost drivers. Structural cost drivers basically means organizational factors, that means the scale and scope of operations. Executional cost driver basically means operational decisions taken by the organization, that is how resources are employed. Then you have the value chain analysis. Value chain analysis basically means that you evaluate the activities that add value to the product, and you eliminate the non-value adding activities, and this gives rise to cost leadership and product differentiation. Now, value chain analysis, in that Porter has divided the value chain into 2 types. The activities are divided into 2 types, that is primary activities and support activities. Primary activities, they directly involved in the manufacturing of a product, that is converting raw material into the final product, in which you have inbound logistics, you have operations, you have outbound logistics, you have marketing and sales, and you have services. And the support activities are procurement, technology development, human resource management, and firm infrastructure. Okay, so next up you have strategic framework of value chain analysis. It has three components. One is industry structure analysis, second is core competencies, third is segmentation analysis. Industry structure analysis basically means that you evaluate the potential attractiveness of an industry. You do that using Porter's 5 forces model. This is a dynamic analytical tool. Porter's 5 forces are rivalry among existing companies, threat of new entrants, threat of substitutes, bargaining power of supplier, and bargaining power of buyer. Then you have the core competencies. What is a core competency? It is a distinctive or unique skill. It is a technical know-how. It helps to provide distinctive customer value, and it gives rise to cost leadership and product differentiation. How do you identify a core competency? One is it should have access to wide variety of market, then it should give end product benefit, and it should be difficult for competitors to imitate. Next, you have to apply the value chain approach to core competencies for competitive advantage, and it includes the following steps. One is validate the core competencies in the current business. Next is you leverage competencies to the value chains of other existing businesses. Next is you use the core competencies to reconfigure the value chains of existing businesses. And the last step is that you use the core competencies to create new value chain. Now, what are the sources of core competencies? One is resources of an organization. Second is capabilities of that organization. Resources, they help to create value for customers, and capabilities means the ability of the organization to coordinate its resources. Next up, you have segmentation analysis. Now, a single industry is a collection of different market segments, and this analysis helps you to evaluate the competitive advantage or disadvantage of different segments. The steps for doing this segmentation analysis is: number one, you identify variables and categories. Next is you construct a segmentation matrix. Next is you analyze segment attractiveness. Next is you identify key success factors for each segment. Next is you analyze attractiveness of broad versus narrow segment scope. Now, the next one is superior performance and competitive advantage. Now, in order to survive and prosper in any industry, a company must supply what customers want to buy. And the next one is it must survive competition. Now, you can achieve superior performance and competitive advantage through distinctive competencies. Now, a distinctive competency, it has two parts. One is differentiation advantage, and also by low cost advantage. Now, differentiation advantage, it can be achieved through superior quality, superior innovation, superior customer responsiveness. Now, we can use the value chain analysis to achieve differentiation advantage in the following ways. One is producing products superior to competitors. Next is superior after sales service. Next is a good product range. Next is superior packaging. And the next is brand strength. Next, the second part of achieving distinctive competencies is having low cost advantage. Now, low cost advantage can be achieved through lower price and by matching with price. Now, we can use the value chain analysis to achieve this. By copying rather than creating, by using cheaper materials and other resources, you decrease labor cost and you increase labor productivity. Economies of scale, high volume purchasing, that is bulk purchases, you take government support, and the next one is you take the benefit of learning curve or experience curve benefits.
Okay. Now, businesses can use the value chain model to assess competitive advantage. Now, it has three areas. One is internal cost analysis, the next is internal differentiation analysis, and the next is vertical linkage analysis. Now, we come to internal cost analysis. Now, this is for understanding the cost of processes and activities and to identify the source of profitability. Here the steps are: the first step is identify the firm's value creating processes. The next is determine portion of total cost of product or service attributable to each value creating process. The third is identify the cost drivers for each process. The fourth is identify the links between processes, and the fifth is evaluate the opportunities for achieving relative cost advantage. Next, we come to internal differentiation analysis. This helps us to create and offer superior differentiation to our customers. Now, the steps are: first, you identify customer customers' value creating processes. Next, you evaluate different strategies to enhance customer value. The different strategies are: one is superior features in product, next is effective marketing and distribution channels, next is excellent customer service, next is superior brand image, then the next one is having better quality product at competitive prices. The third step is, out of all of them, you determine the best suitable differentiation strategy.
Okay, next is vertical linkage analysis. Now, a company generates competitive advantage not only through linkages of internal processes, but between a firm's value chain and that of supplier and user. Now, a vertical linkage analysis includes all upstream and downstream activities throughout the industry. And a company must identify and evaluate the opportunities in the industry value chain analysis to obtain a sustainable competitive advantage.
Next, we have the vision, mission, and objectives of a company and how it's related to strategic cost management. First, we have the mission, that is, it tells us why does the company exist. It gives us a statement of purpose. It is customer focused and not product focused. It answers the following questions. One is, what kind of products or services will the company offer? Second is, which is the primary market for its offering? Next is, what type of customers does the company seek to target? And the next is, what is the area of operation, that is geography. And the vision is what the company would like to achieve. It motivates employees and managers to work towards common organization goals. Next is, you have a goal or objective. Now, a goal or objective is a precise or measurable future state. Strategic planning and management, it basically aligns vision and mission. Now, strategic cost management, it uses value chain as a tool to analyze internal firms' activities to recognize which activities are most valuable, and second, and which activities should be improved to provide a competitive advantage. Now, target costing is one of the techniques to achieve cost leadership. Next, you have the value shop model or the service value chain. It is to serve companies for the service sector. Now, this is mostly focused towards solving customer problems rather than creating a product from a raw material. Now, in this, the primary activities are problem finding and acquisition, problem solving, choosing among solutions, execution, control or evaluation, and the supporting activities are infrastructure, human resource management, technology and development, and procurement. Then you have the role of a management accountant. He has to be skilled in ABC costing, benchmarking, re-engineering, target costing, economic value analysis, total quality management, value chain analysis, and life cycle costing. He has to collaborate with various departments, that is engineers, production, marketing, distribution, and service professionals to focus on strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats identified in the value chain analysis and the results. And a management accountant, he enhances the firm's value and he shows the value of the financial staff to the firm's growth and survival. And that is it for chapter 1. Thank you.